everyone? This is David Blade Banter. This one is a knife from Mallery, so this is going to be an OEM project that he has with Artisan. So you see his logo right down here, so that's going to be how it rides in your pocket. $175 is the price point. It is a pre-order, so you'd make your order, and then after they sell it, they only had 200 units. I think he's down to about 40, 50 units left. So if you do pick it up, go to his website. It's going to be Mallery Designs llc.com, and you can pick that up. So this one is going to be how the clip rides. It actually is a very nice clip. So also the box on that one. So I found that the clip was a very good retention. So now for me, I like about 2 pounds of retention. So basically at the highest point or the most tension that it has, I like about 2 pounds is about 1.1 pound 14 ounces. So at the most through the pocket that I had. So basically I'm using the Lyman pull gauge to actually pull this out of the pocket, taking away the weight of the knife about 3 ounces. So S35 VN blade for this guy, also running on titanium. One thing that I don't like too much, I would prefer it not have the dual tooled pivot. I don't know if it is a I don't know if it's a free-floating pivot or if it does have any type of retention there as far as a D shape, but I guess for it being similar on both sides, that makes sense, but I would rather have one side either just have his design on it or logo, or just basically a capped off pivot for it. But this is still a prototype, so there might be some changes that will come about for this guy. So 175 S35. So S35 VN is a blade steel that is kind of around the board pretty well received, because it has basically a 5 for edge retention, probably a 7.5 for corrosion, and another 5 for toughness. So it's very well balanced for a premium steel. So that's something that is nice about it. So you can actually pick that up and actually use it very well. It'll retain the edge that you want for a good amount of time. And then so you'll see the logo that's going to be on the pocket clip there. Yeah, as you see on the website now, so 175. You also do have a payment program if you want to do that. But he has a lot of collaborations with different folks, so some that I didn't even know about for some of the collaborations. So these are all different companies that he's worked with: Artisan, CRJB, Beyond, Civivi, Scorpion 6, Pearson Knives, Raptus, and actually KH Knives. So a lot of cool work that he's done. He's been in the community for a while. I think it was since 2012 is when he started. No, 14. So 2014 is kind of where he started. A lot of self-taught for what he was doing. But this is going to be a nice full flat grind that goes up the blade. Also the detent on this one for the front flip, if I can get it. Yeah, front flip can be a little bit not painful, but it's like noticeable. So I probably wouldn't use that as a regular deployment method. I would use the cutout here. Cutout has a low to high, so if you want to change the amount of detent you have, so basically lowest down here, highest up here. So I found it to be pretty low, so it's about 9 ounces here. So again, going back to my preference, about 2 pounds is what I prefer for a thumb stud type of deployment, and then flipper tab is about 3 pounds that I prefer. This one doesn't have a flipper tab, but so 9 ounces all the way up to about 1 pound 5 ounces. So all the way up by the pivot, the closest you can get. Snaps out really well, so it works great. So this still is the prototype, so there still might be some adjustments that do come about for the knife, but it does definitely have the look for Mallery. This one has, for the blade, it's about 38 degrees, so when you're actually rocking it up to get into a box, it's about 38 degrees, which is really a very good angle, because normally if you're going to be cutting into a box, you drop your arm down. That's about, for me, it's about 40 degrees that it feels really comfortable to get that tip to cut through tape, whatever boxes that you're working with, so it works really well for that. And then this one is going to be about 3 ounces for total weight. So this is going to be about 15 quarters. So if you have another knife that you know the weight of, then you can go and throw that onto the knife and get it feel in hand, see how it feels for you, so you can get a good idea of that as far as just not a number. The handle on the knife is going to be about 4.2. It goes about 4.25 if you include the backspacer on there. So the backspacer does add a little bit, about 4.25, but I went to about here, so that's about 4.2 for this one. So from here to here, actual grip area for it, I measured 3.6 inches. So that's going to be the sizing for that. So you can kind of see for this one how it would be for kind of a male size hand. So just have the piece of paper here. So glove sizing for what you're going to have for that. So we'll change a little bit. So it's smaller and larger hands, how that will fit. Now mine fits very well. So I normally have about a large size glove, a little bit probably thinner fingers maybe, but fits really well for me, very comfortable, has a bit of jimping right here on my thumb, and that's going to be for the men's size hand and also women's and kids. So it's going to be a good sizing for that as well. So it has a really good look to it. So price point supporting Dylan as well on as far as his journey on this. This is going to be, I think, his second OEM project with Artisan. So that's going to be on his own through Mallery Designs LLC. That's going to be what he has for that. So that's just sizing. So in comparison to like a bug out, you're going to have very similar sizing. This one actually has a better blade to handle ratio with the pivot kind of pushed out there. So you can see the blade is a little bit longer and then the overall length is going to be a little bit longer as well, but the handle is going to be very similar in size. So you get more blade to handle for this one in comparison to bug out. So very good for that. Check it out. Drop his website down at the bottom. Check that out. See what you think. Let me know in your comments as far as what you think about it. Cuts really well. Again, retention on the clip is really nice. Opening for that cutout works great. So I would probably do the reverse flick or just a regular thumb deployment, and then you can do traditional if you want to use two-hand open as well. But nice design for it. It doesn't have any notation for S35 on the blade, but that's from what I see on the website, that's what it's going to be. So check it out for Dylan Mallery.